What a night here for the New South Wales Blues, victorious on enemy territory, 26-0. And with that, wrapping up the State of Origin series with a game in hand. Kevin Smith, Paul Borton, Paul Gallen with me. Gal, would have liked what you saw tonight here, particularly in front of this crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the crowd, I've got to say, the crowd was absolutely outstanding. And the Maroons started the game really, really well. They had a lot of intensity early on, but they couldn't keep it up after 10 or 15 minutes. They just lost that intensity. Their forwards could not get back on side. They'll take it 3 or 4 tackles, just get back on side. And when the Blues had the opportunity, their forwards got back, they rolled forward, they offloaded, they had plenty of players pushing up around the ball, and that was the difference today. Whenever there was any half opportunity, New South Wales jumped straight on board and grabbed it. Queensland's only opportunity in the second half looked from a kick. That was the only chance of scoring, really.
You could see the pain in the voice and clearly in the face too of Daly Cherry Evans, Cam, as the captain to carry a team here, have a match in Townsville, have a match in Brisbane, and still without a win.
Well, of course, and particularly losing here in Brisbane in front of 50,000 people, Brace. As the leader and the captain, you'd have to be disappointed with that performance in games 1 and 2. And currently, the scoreline for the first 2 matches sits at 76 points to 6 now. I can't remember that how long ago or if it's ever happened in the first 2 matches whether Queensland have had 76 points scored against them. But we see the celebrations there with the coach from the Blues. Again, they were outplayed. They were outplayed for the majority of this match. As Gal said, the Queenslanders, they actually stood up in the first sort of 10 or 15 minutes and took it to New South Wales. But I don't know, maybe when they took that attitude into the match to start so hard and fast, it really just took the energy out of them, and you could just see the smarts of the Blues with all their key position players just slowly wearing the Queenslanders down, and in the end they just lacked energy and lacked discipline at times, and really just a great football side, the Blues. They come through with the goods.
I guess everyone expected Queensland to step up after conceding 50 in Townsville.
Yeah.
26 points conceded this time around, but the fact they didn't score 1 in front of a home crowd like this on such a big occasion.
Yeah, look, I think they took a few steps forward. I thought that 10-minute period to start the game was much improved from what we saw up in Townsville, but there was just periods through the game that the Queenslanders lacked direction, they lacked creativity, they didn't look like they were on the same page with the football in hand, and in the modern game, you need to be dangerous. You look at New South Wales, they were brilliant with the football. They understood where they had to be and how they had to be dangerous. And their great players played to the best of their ability. And that's where New South Wales shined. And Queensland, we really lacked that part of our game. We lacked direction from our key players.
Who does the buck stop with there, Cam, when it comes to the direction of the side?
Well, it's your spine, and they're the guys charged with the job to steer the team around the pack, and obviously you got your middle forwards that they're going to provide the work and the grunt up front, but their jobs they got a lot of work and a lot of things to think about in the middle of the field, and the halves and the dummy half need to direct those guys. But again, it's a whole team responsibility to be behind the ball and to be into position. The thing that the Blues did really well tonight, and we spoke about it during the game, was they got behind, they worked hard for each other to get behind the ball early in the tackle count. They used the full width of the field, and by tackle 2 or 3, they were ready to go to move the football around. And we spoke about the Queenslanders being fatigued, and particularly the middle boys getting the energy sapped out of them. That was because of the willingness of the New South Wales team to shift the football side to side, Bill.
It is easy to put the blame on your halves. That's easy, and they play a role in it. But at the same time, it's a collective. Everyone needs to play their role. Everyone needs to get behind the football, like Cameron's talking about, and just get on with playing your role for the team.
Yeah.
I think, you know what? I think we are a slow and sluggish team. I really believe we just don't have enough pace. And we were gone after 10 minutes. So it makes you wonder, why were they fatigued after 10 minutes? It makes you wonder what happened during the week, whether they trained too hard, I'm not sure. But there was no punch at the line. People were jog-trotting into the line. It was very, very disappointing. Quite deflating to sit there and watch what they produced tonight.